Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today we're going to talk pop culture news. So here, courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked, we have Cassie Ventura set to testify against Diddy in upcoming sex trafficking trial. So as we can see here, it reads that Ventura is referred to as victim one in a motion filed on Friday and is preparing to testify under her own name in this high-stakes trial where Combs is facing serious charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation for prostitution. Three other victims are also gearing up to testify, keeping their identities under wrap for the trial. Victim 2, Victim 3, and Victim 4 have asked that their identities not be revealed to the press or the public, the filing states. So, how are y'all feeling about this? I feel like this is going to come to a head eventually. Like, I'm glad that the case is finally here. It makes me so sad that this happened and that somebody who was really big and a really strong figure in the Black community happened to be a Jeffrey Epstein type. And justice will be what justice will be. The trial will be what the trial will be. The ruling will be what the ruling will be. And we'll just have to leave it at that. But let's go ahead and look at a few of the comments because it looks like she's getting some support. We have one person saying, I pray for her for strength, courage, and safety. Another person saying, good for her, standing your truthful sis. Another one saying, praying for her strength and continuous healing. Hate that she has to relive the chapter of her life all over again, which is true. She's a victim and she is doing a service to the American people. If people's doing all these hideous crimes, it's time to get them out the street because this was a very shocking thing to a lot of people. It was like, this is the type of person he is. This is what Puff Daddy, Mr. Love really does. Wow, this is too much and we need to do something about it. But before we get even further into this video, thank you so much for stopping and watching. I'm a small YouTube creator, so if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're here for 1 second, I thank you for giving me a chance. If you're here for the entire video, I freaking love you, and let's keep on going. So the next topic I want to talk about, again, courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked, is the fact that it seems that the National Park Service has removed references to Harriet Tubman and from the Underground Railroad from this webpage. So an image and quote from Harriet Tubman has been completely removed from the National Park Service page about the Underground Railroad, along with the reference to enslaved people in the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 has also been wiped clean. So now that you might be wondering what's on there now, the page has been replaced with blander, more sanitized sections showing commemorative stamps of civil rights leaders. The text now reads phrases like black and white cooperation, but noticeably leaves out the real, raw truth. There's no mention of slavery, Harriet Tubman, and then it cuts off. And the way I feel about this is they're trying to get Black people outraged. They really want us in the streets protesting. Because y'all saw how the protests on April 5th, they were extremely peaceful with nobody, no kind of armed resistance. Very funny, right? Because let that have been a protest with African Americans there, I really and truly believe that they would have had police out. Because for some reason they love to animalize African Americans for some reason that we're just criminals, that we just looters, that we just want to cause property destruction. I think they just want us to get outraged. And based on the comments, people are not getting outraged. Courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked. Thank y'all so much. That's okay. It will be back after that man is out of office. The levels of disrespect is unreal. The next person, it's crazy. They're being allowed to erase history they don't want to admit happened. And then the next person, are we surprised at this point? And no. Black people have been through worse than this. If they want to wipe it off the website, you can wipe it off the website, but it was only 2 generations ago. My grandma remembers picking cotton. Yeah, that was 1944. She was born. So the idea that you're just going to erase it, you can't erase Black people. Like the lived experience is still there. There's nothing you can do that is going to change that. Nothing. Because then you're going to have to explain why are there all these Confederate soldiers around? What were they fighting for? Please explain that. What? Slave rights to do what? State rights to do what? So just another way to create outrage. And I'm glad us as the Black community, we've been extremely disciplined in not falling for the bait. I'm telling you, we're resting. The 92% of us, we're resting right now. I don't know how much longer I'll be resting. I'll just be honest about that because I might be going to the April 15th protests. And if I do that, I'm going to document that on my TikTok. So shameless plug, please follow me there. Let's go and get to the next topic. And this is again courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked. This is the trailer for the Zeus, and it comes right back to what I was thinking about with the sexy red topic that we talked about on the last video. Are we over this? Like, I'm over this debauchery. I'm over showing extremely unflattering images of the Black community. Zeus, a Black-owned network, I don't see them ever push equally good content about African Americans. And I don't know if that's just because it's not being consumed or if they're not putting enough ad spend behind it, but I'm telling you, if you put the money behind it, the people will come. And you can even see it in the comments. Very ghetto, can't wait to watch. Well, this person said very ghetto, can't wait to watch. So maybe they love the debauchery of it all. Everybody whooping everybody. This might be the best Baddies yet. LMAO, newbies got the OG's press. I lived. Okay, so maybe this set of people, they love the debauchery. Me personally, I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. I'm like, if you're going to give it to me, because I'm not gonna lie and say I don't like to have a good, kiki and watch a good little Zeus episode every once in a while. But we need to be equally pushing things that are positive. Maybe I'm just off base because it seems like, at least in these first three comments, y'all with it. So who knows? Maybe I'm just, I'm getting old. It ain't for me no more. But let's go ahead and get to the next topic. And this will probably be our last topic because it's extremely long. The next topic I want to talk about is courtesy of the Shade Room. Hashtag justice for Kenya, because this is following the recent episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We know that this will be her last episode, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep watching. And if I keep watching, I probably not going to talk about this again, unless the next episode they come back and they're having like different conversations from the ladies talking about the event and what happened. So I might follow up, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kenya Moore is why I've been watching this for a very long time. Her and Kandi. So I can't promise anything on this. However, before we dive even further, let's go ahead and see a couple comments. And what was threatening somebody with a pistol or presenting a poster of somebody with sexual acts in a public forum? Okay, if Kenya has to go, so should Britt. As a woman, we have to do better. The next comment, let an irrelevant newbie trick you out your spot. Sad day at a big age. The last one, Kenya was wrong, but I'll never feel sorry for Britt. She came for the big bad wolf and played victim when she ruled the house down. I agree with all these comments. This is just an extremely unfortunate situation. However, I feel like production could have fixed this ahead of time if they would have did something with Britt before this next episode, before they saw each other the next time. There's no reason why you should be saying anything about guns and we're just filming a freaking show and I've only known you for 3 weeks. Get out of here with all of that. And so this is a clip I wanted us to see. This is from the end of the Bravo show. Let me go ahead and play this for y'all.
Then she talked about having a gun, that she keeps it on her at all times. She did. So this woman was saying all this stuff like, you don't know the I am. I'm like, no, I don't know who you are. So I did a little research and I found out who this bitch is.
What is it?
So who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Britt Eady is her name. This the same girl.
Oh, I'm not doing this.
We see the nose jobs, the lips, the fillers, all that.
She need a pipe down. Ooh, yeah, you're crazy. Ooh.
That's number one.
If this is just the first one, where is this going?
My good private investigators found some more evidence for me. So yeah, she used to be a video hoe.
Yeah.
She was a trap hoe video hoe. Okay? Then they kept sending me information. That's some nasty work. That's
too
it.
far.
No, it ain't too far, bitch. She threatened with me with a gun. Don't tell me it's too far. Who is trying to take food out of my daughter's mouth? That's what this is about. So thank you very much for supporting me. Now I know who I can trust. Don't come for me.
Unless I sit for you.
Thank you.
So as you saw in that final clip, that was essentially Kenya's last scene on TV. And no offense, it was iconic. It was extremely iconic. It's exactly what I expect. It's further than I would have expected her to go, but it's exactly the kind of iconic scene that Kenya Moore is known for, which is why it's so sad that she will not be on for the rest of the season. However, they did say very clearly it was just this season. Let me see if I can zoom through if they have that little piece. Yeah. Based on Kenya's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season. That wording was very careful. Now, I just wonder what people think about this in the comments. I personally think that Britt should have been removed prior to this. If Britt was not there, this would have never happened. And Kenya Moore had this to say when she heard the Andy Cohen podcast. The two co-hosts are extremely ignorant. Sexual assault is rape. Remember what Phaedra did. Remember that's what Phaedra accused Kandi of attempting to do to Portia, revenge porn. If someone showed Kim K's sex tape to you, is that revenge porn? I found that plus tons of others online. She signed a release for it, so it is fair receipt. Warning, if you're not an attorney and familiar with Georgia law, shut the fuck up. Sick of the bias and selective outrage. These comments should have not aired. It's a podcast or it's legal. You don't want to activate Kenya. I shouldn't have shown at my event for the I shouldn't have shown at my event, but for the love of God, why would they ignore a clear gun threat? And that is the question we're all asking. This would have never happened if not for Britt. So if you're going to take away Kenya, you need to take away Britt. You need to take away Britt. And some of my favorite YouTubers who have been talking about this said the reason why they did not take away Britt is because it happened in such a close setting, and that Kenya probably would not have been taken away if this has happened with such a close setting. But since everybody knew about it, it blew up so quickly, they had no choice. They had a choice. They had a choice when Britt came out talking about pew pews and whips. What else would she say that for when you're in a disagreement? If I'm going to talk about my pistol, it's because I'm about to use it. Duh. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. I personally, I stick with Ken. Like I said, and it's probably just because of the political season for me right now. If you want to go and take it low, we're no longer doing Michelle Obama's. When they go low, we go high. You go low, I'm going to hell. That's what I'm going to do. But that might not be the right mentality. And if that is so, I have a lot of work to do. Y'all just let me know in the comments. And I may or may not get that work done on me. It depends on how far the political stuff is going right now. And lastly, just so we can end this off on a positive note, and we got this from Pop Names, Kandi Burruss has officially produced the highest grossing Broadway play of all time. In just its first 7 shows, Othello brought in 2.8 million, surpassing the previous record held by Harry Potter the Cursed Child. And Harry Potter the Cursed Child was that girl. So this is so great. I am so proud of it. One, because this was an event that Joe Biden helped make sure got fundraised. Kandi Burruss made sure and helped got fundraised. She's a black woman doing something in a male dominated industry. She is doing it with really good actors. I wish I had the money too. I would Broadway right now too. I would go and see it just to support. And it's just that is such a blessing. That is such a good blessing. So shouts out to Kandi Burruss for doing the goddamn thing. A lot of people say they're gonna do it. She's actually doing it. That says a lot about who she is as a person to me. And one last little piece of news before we go. It looks like Cardi B just signed a deal with Live Nation in February and plans to go on tour. So, if y'all don't see me for a little bit, that's where I'll be. Whenever that tour date comes out, that's where I'll be because I'm a huge behind Cardi B fan. Don't kill me, Barbs, but I am a huge behind Cardi B fan. And it makes me so happy that it seems like her album's going to be released because if she's going to go tour, she's going to need an album. Not that I wouldn't go and see her first album again. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it because I like it like that. Because I like it like that. So who's going to go see that tour? Y'all let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you were here for a second, like I said, thank you so much for giving me a chance. If you were here for the entire length of the video, I freaking love you. You're freaking awesome. Thanks so much for the support. I'm a small YouTuber, so please subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Please share it with somebody if you don't mind. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye.